welcome back to another episode of In the Kitchen with Courtney. I'm your host, Courtney. Tonight we will be making, I'm not going to say a Southern classic because I think my sister really just made this up on her own, but we're making Mississippi Goulash. It's a Creole-ish dish. You have a lot of the usual suspects, sausage, chicken, and shrimp. I think my sister put her own little twist on it because when I Googled goulash, something totally different came up. So if you go and Google goulash, it will not be this. So to get started, we are going to saute a package of sausage. Once again, based off your budget and your dietary restriction, you can get turkey, you can get pork, you can get beef. And we're gonna go ahead and add that to our skillet with hot oil. And I put just about like a tablespoon and a half, just enough to coat the bottom of it. And so my sausage, they're not all the same because I am making it my own as well. I'm using what's in my fridge. So I had like a piece of one type of sausage and I had like almost a whole pack of the other one. Go ahead and turn my. We want to go ahead and get them kind of brown, depending on how well you like them. You can get them a little extra crispy if that's how you like it, but we just want to get them brown. And this is a really hearty meal. This is one of three proteins that we're adding to it, and then we're going to add vegetables as well. So this Mississippi goulash, like I said, is similar to any other Creole dish because you have your sausage and your chicken and your shrimp. It reminds me of gumbo, but the difference is it's tomato based. So as we cook our meat, we're gonna set everything aside and we're gonna build up our sauce. And guys, if you are short on time, like me, just go to Walmart and get you a bag of seasoned blends. It's pre-chopped onions, bell peppers, red and green. This one has parsnip flakes. And we're just gonna add the whole bag. And go ahead and turn it out of some. We'll let everything cooking together. And my sister is a soul food cook. So she gave me the ingredients, but there were no measurements. So on the website, Stream Channel 7.tv, you'll see the ingredients, and I kind of put in like some measurements. Start there and continue to add for your liking. So I'm just gonna season this a little with garlic powder and onion powder and the Tony's Creole seasoning, just a little. And we're gonna go ahead and cook this on down. And after we get this to the point where a lot of this juice has reduced, and get these sausage a little brown, we're gonna move the contents into a bowl, and then we're gonna do our okra. Another great thing I love about this dish is that it's very low prep. The most I had to do was take the tail off the shrimp and chop up the sausage and kind of break down the chicken. But you use a whole rotisserie chicken for this recipe, and it's just so many things you can do with the pre-cooked rotisserie chicken from Walmart, and they're running in like less than $5. So we want this to cook. Got this up high. And guys, feel free. I could have waited a little longer before I add that seasoned blend, just so my sausages could get a little, brownness to them. So I'm turning my eye up, and I am going to go ahead and try to get the sausage to be at the bottom of the skillet. And I know this seems like a lot of vegetables, but we're adding two more proteins, and it's going to be a kind of a stew. So, and all this will eventually kind of cook down on its own. Oh man, this smells so good. And we just one step in. So the reason why we're cooking the seasoned blend with the sausage is because we want the sausage to soak up, because it's a fatty meat, because I got pork sausage, wanted to soak up some of the flavor. So this is oil and juice from that seasoned blend. We want to kind of continue to move the meat and vegetables around and just let it cook. Kind of reminds me of how when I made the spicy cabbage, got that good aroma going. The vegetables are breaking down some. And guys, those seasoned blends can be used for anything. Like if you're making soup, if you're making stews, if you're baking meat, no prep seasoning. One thing I will advise against: do not use seasoned blends for dressing. If you are an old school Southern woman and you're making dressing, you have to sit at your kitchen table, get your little knife, and chop them little pieces by little pieces, or your ancestors will be mad at you. But other than that, seasoned blends can be used for any other dish. Okay. This is coming along good, getting a little brown. And I'm kind of glad I used what I had in my fridge. Like I didn't go out and buy any extra meat, because I'm looking forward to the different flavors and textures that these two different types of sausage bring. And we are cooking now. We are going to let that cook a little bit, and I'm going to add a little lard. So I'm going to be adding the season to this mixture with the sausage and the seasoned blend to the shrimp, and then when we build our base, our tomato base. I'm not going to add it to the okra or the rotisserie chicken. I'm using a whole rotisserie chicken. I got the traditional flavor. I just deboned it and chopped it up just so it can be into little pieces. And it's already seasoned, already cooked. So this is really a low prep dish. Make sure all the sausage is getting cooked evenly. And then we're going to move this to a clean bowl and set it aside, and then we're going to work on our okra. Matter of fact, we're just going to move it to the bowl with our shredded chicken. Because at the end, we're going to add all this in together. You hear that sizzle? That's good. And we're going to use the same skillet. We're not cleaning it out and starting over. We're going to cook everything in the same skillet so the flavors can build on top of each other. And we're going to save on dishes. Like, we don't have to have multiple skillets here, especially going simultaneously. Let me get everything I can, especially the meat, out. So we saute that. And you can do it for 5 to 7 minutes or just eyeball it to see, because everybody's stove is different. Let's put that right there. And so I have a small bag of okra. This is the frozen okra. I'm going to add a little bit more oil. We're sauteing the okra first, because if you throw the frozen okra into the dish as it is, it will have your dish really, I don't want to say slimy, but the word is slimy. Anybody who's ever like ate okra that wasn't just fried okra, you know that it has that potential for that type of texture. But if you saute it first before you add it to your dish, like to your stews or to your gumbo, it will reduce that level of slime. And we're going to add it right back to this bowl. See, look at it. You can already starting to build up. That's why I'm going to go ahead and saute it for a little while. We're not going to add any season to the okra itself because the skillet has been seasoned. We still have some of that juice left over from the sauces and season blends. And we're going to add season to our shrimp as well as to our tomato base. So we don't want to over season it. You see, guys, I already kind of got that slime effect to it. So it really is best to put it into the hot skillet frozen. This has been sitting out a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and saute it up. So for those of you who love gumbo and you love the stew and you love your okra in it, this is one option to add your okra without having like that slimy stew soup gumbo after fact. And another good way to eat okra is to fry it. So you ever like fry okra, throw that on top of your gumbo? Delicious. So my sister, she loves vegetables. She loves okra. She will do sauteed okra with spinach. I think that'd be a good main dish, sauteed okra with spinach and maybe some smoked turkey. You know, just to spice it up. And let it cook some. And then we're gonna move it back to the same bowl. See, guys, look. That's it. And now you will just put these in there before sauteing it. Your whole dish will have that same okra sliminess to it. Let that cook some, and then we're gonna move these back to their original bowl and let them cool, and then we're gonna work on our shrimp. Guys, this is a really simple dish. At the very most, it's like 5 major ingredients. Very versatile. It's a stew-like dish. It can turn into a whole soup if you want it to be. We're serving it over rice tonight, but I was thinking about picking up some garlic bread and making it taking the garlic bread and making them into grilled cheese sandwiches and doing like the soup and garlic bread, like a very upscale version of it. So don't limit yourself. I'm gonna go ahead and move these back. And all the vegetables, the okra and these season blends, I got out the frozen section. So that's why I was very low prep. I didn't have to chop up any vegetables. And everything was kind of like sectioned off already. Okay. So I is still hot. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it down some. Now we're gonna go ahead and cook our shrimp. I add a little bit more oil. So, this is about 4 servings, give or take. But if you are trying to like really fill up the people, You can opt. I got the large raw shrimp. You can opt for the small ones or even the extra small ones because you get more in the pack and they go a longer way. The name of the game when you are trying to create budget friendly meals for a family is how can you stretch it? How can you stretch your dollar? How can you stretch your chicken, your rice? Like how can you stretch that meal to make it feed the entire family and then like really stick to them and last longer. Everybody who used to go visit grandma for the summer knows she used to cook grits some mornings because we may not be getting lunch. So add our shrimp. And this came in a bag, deshelled and deveined. I just have to take the tail off. And I'm using raw shrimp because we're not going to cook them like all the way like till they're done because they're going to finish cooking in that hot stew that we're building after this. And these are the large shrimp, so. And they usually come like 30 to 41 in a pack, give or take. But you can always do more or less, and if you do not eat shrimp or have shrimp allergies, you don't have to use them. Omit the shrimp. That's a really good thing about this dish. It has so many different, and then I forgot one. So many different proteins that you don't have to use them all. Because depending on your budget, you may just have enough for the pack of sausage, which you just make it work. Let's go ahead and season this with some garlic. And we're going to go ahead and do a little obey. Oh, this is brand new obey. Little obey. And guys, remember, you can use obey on anything. Don't just limit yourself to seafood. My sister used it on her chicken, and I'll tell you, it's mighty tasty. And let's go ahead and hit it with that Laris. This is why we did not season the okra because we were going to season this shrimp good. Use a clean bowl and put the shrimp in. And give it a little while. So do you know when shrimp are finished, like when you're cooking actual raw shrimp, is when they start to form a C. Not a complete circle, but a C. Like I see some C's and I see some complete circles. So I'm gonna go ahead and start tossing it around. Now Walmart does sell the pre-cooked shrimp, but for some dishes, especially when I'm cooking like Creole dishes, like Louisiana-based dishes, I like to buy my seafood fresh. Just I'm a little snotty like that. But we're gonna go ahead and let them get to the point where they're pink, like this one, and some that need to be turned over. You can tell they're cooking or they're cooked. And I'm not even an expert with the shrimp and seafood. I just know that if it gets to a point where it kind of forms this full circle, that yeah, it's done. Shrimp does not, like most seafood, does not take long to cook. And this is why you add it last to any of your dishes. But we are just going to go ahead and cook it a little bit. Okay. And this is where we want it. Because remember, it's going to continue to cook when you add it to that hot stew base that we're about to make now. And we just don't want it to turn rubbery or overcooked. And this is a bag of shrimp, guys. So if you have shrimp lovers in your house, either opt for the extra small shrimp so everybody can get their fill of shrimp, or buy 2 bags. we are going to deglaze this skillet with the chicken broth, and then we're going to add that to our pot where we're going to begin to build our tomato base. So we're just going to add a little, and by deglaze I mean we add a liquid. It could be a broth, it could be water, it could be a cream. It can also be wine, cooking wine. When you add to a skillet you already started to cook, especially brown meat in, when you add a liquid, it pulls up all that flavor, all that leftover fat and seasoning, and you're just deglazing the skillet and you're taking all that good stuff with you. So cooking can be fun and education. So we want all of this to go into our tomato base. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over pots, and we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to start to build our tomato base.
Hi, beauties and babes. It's Lonnie Noel.
Beauty Tutorials Unveiled.
We'll be talking about how to master the soft glam.
For the looks that are easier said than done. Watch live and you could be invited on the show to get live feedback on where you go wrong.
If you're anything like me, it is a struggle.
Don't miss Beauty Tutorials Unveiled. Watch live on YouTube. Wednesdays, 9/8 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
What got me is like there and was like, "There's a rat in here. It's you." The acting, but you know what? I know people like that in real life.
What's the word with Kay Hickson?
We've got trivia, special guests, and whiskey.
Pour a glass of whatever you're drinking and buckle up.
What's the word?
What's the word with Kay Hickson? Watch live on YouTube. Wednesdays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
It's a strong indication that your partner has issues with commitment, period.
When you've got questions, she's got the answers.
We do have a caller.
But what she says might not be what you want to hear.
The solution to that is Gullah Jack. Gullah Jack tells you plain and simply to just nut the up.
Courtney Unfiltered. Watch live on YouTube and you could be invited on the show. Wednesdays at 10/9 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
Hi. Can I get the now bar, please?
No problem. $1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hi, can I get a now bar, please?
$1.
Thanks.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
How's it going? Can I get a now bar?
Hey, stop right there! Get down on the ground out here, firing! Get down! Over your head! Now!
Lyrical Pursuit. Teams will compete, but there can be only one winner. In the game that tests music lovers on how well they know the exact lyrics to some of the most popular songs. Watch live and you can be invited to play around live on Channel 7. Lyrical Pursuit. Mondays at 9/8 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
Hey, I'm BC Paul, and this is Can You Sing?
We know you think you can sing, but can you sing?
How long have you been thinking you can sing?
Get voted in to compete for prize money. Can you sing? Watch live on YouTube. Mondays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
America, land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom. The freedom to live without fear, to drive through all 50 states, to sleep safely in our own beds, the freedom to jog where we please, to watch birds in the park, to wear a hoodie, the freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race. All lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter.
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him. He's got to come home with me. Now I'm anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect day and keeps me company when I'm doing schoolwork. I like it when he jumps up on the table too. He is a veggie thief. He's an incredible companion and my best friend. Can't say that I've met anybody that doesn't love him too. When I adopted Turtle, I discovered all the things that make him unique. He's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly he's all pure love.
Welcome back, guys. So we have our deglaze skillet juice in the pot, and we're gonna go ahead and add our tomato sauce. Look how nifty this is. This is a 2-pound container of tomato sauce. I've never seen tomato sauce in a container like this. So we're gonna use all of this. So squeeze that in there. Okay. And look, I want to make sure we get all of this tomato juice. So we're going to go ahead and add a little chicken broth to it. Shake it on up, guys. Every drop counts. Every penny. Move that to the side. And now we're gonna go ahead and stir this up. We're gonna add, I had a box of chicken broth on the recipe. You may not need the entire box. It just helps to add one flavor, like another depth of flavor, and two, stretch out this sauce. Because right now it's not looking like much, and we still have to add our okra and our other proteins. So we're gonna add this in a minute. So let's go ahead and season it. I'm gonna add some more garlic powder. You can get very happy with the garlic powder. Onion powder. And guys, that was just regular tomato sauce. No special herbs or blends. Creole seasoning. Our Laurie's. Shake, shake, shake. A little Old Bay. A little more Old Bay. And I'm going to add a little, about 2 dashes of cayenne. Because remember, a little goes a long way. But that probably was a little too much. Let's stir this up. And let's go ahead and pour a little broth. We don't want it to become soupy. We just want it to kind of thin up the sauce a little bit. See? For the most part, it's still that tomato base, not tomato soup. See how thick it is? And I'm going to get a spoon to taste. So like I need a little more garlic powder. Just to help cut that sweetness of that tomato sauce. Go with the Old Bay. Go back in with that Old Bay. Maybe some more onion powder. That's why we add a little so we can continue to add more. And let's go Creole. And you know what? I'll go ahead and add a little salt. It's like I said, a little will go a long way. But it's still a little too sweet. The tomato sauce that you buy straight out the can, like that taste to it, that sweetness, we're trying to cut that. So. And before we add our meat, we may add a little bit more broth. Let's see. Let's try this flavors first. Get a clean spoon, and we're gonna go back in. Okay, now that's better. That's what I'm looking for. We still may add some more seasoning as we go. Probably a little bit more cayenne because I don't feel that kick. Let's go ahead and add this broth. I think that's good right there. If we need to add more, we will. So this is the sausage and season blend that we sauteed first, and the shredded chicken from that rotisserie chicken. Just go ahead and just scoop this in because we don't want to make a mess. And you know what, guys? Rotisserie chickens are a lifesaver, a time saver. They're budget friendly, and there's so many creative things you can do with them. So I wouldn't say, oh, go pick up rotisserie chicken and just go home and serve that as is. Get the rotisserie chicken. Go buy the sauce out. Pick some barbecue sauce. Get you some buns. There you go, barbecue chicken. Get you some tacos. Do chicken tacos. Chicken fajitas. If you are one of those people who is very budget friendly and you trying to feed the kids, you want something that's gonna stick to them, get you a rotisserie chicken, get you a box of spaghetti, get you some Velveeta or some Easy Milk, and a can of Rotel chicken spaghetti. There you go. And the only thing you're gonna be doing is pulling that chicken off those bones and boiling the water for your spaghetti and melting that cheese in. I could probably do a whole episode with like 3 or 4 dishes for rotisserie chicken in one because it's that easy and that quick and that affordable. Oh, okay. I got a comment for Lorraine. From Lorraine. Hey, Lorraine. So Lorraine wants to know if we can use fresh garlic, and I say use the fresh garlic. Honestly, I should have brought my minced garlic in, but I didn't. But you can't go wrong adding fresh garlic. So yes, Lorraine, use that fresh garlic. Okay, so we have our sausage, seasoned blend, and chicken in our tomato base. We are going to taste it a couple more times just to make sure the flavors are there. And guys, when I broke down this rotisserie chicken, I left some of that skin on. Shh. Don't tell nobody else that. So you're gonna get like chunks of chicken, chunks of shrimp, and then you're gonna get that little rotisserie skin from that chicken. Yes. And this is a perfect dish for this week. It's been a little chilly in Texas in May, and it's been raining. So this will be my lunch for tomorrow. Let's go ahead and add our okra. It reminds me of beef stew. Cause you know that's a tomato base, but this is kind of like a Louisiana type stew or my sister's famous Mississippi Goulash. So we're gonna let that cook down. I don't want to use that. Let's go ahead and get a new spoon, and let's go ahead and try it now. Ooh. Okay, I think we good. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more kick. Once again, cayenne pepper, a little goes a long way. It's not one of those things you can just, shake and shake until your heart is content. Because, yeah. Just be careful. See, there go that skin right there. Now, you can take your skin off if you're one of those healthy people. But a little skin never hurt anybody. So, this is basically done. I think I'm going to add a little more Lars. Just a little. And don't forget your parsley. Honestly, I'm not sure what purpose it serves. Like, it doesn't bring any extra flavor to me, but my sister swear by it. So this is her recipe. We're going to sprinkle this little parsley flakes in here, the dried kind. But the fresh kind will probably work just as well. This is what we do to make our dish fancy with a little parsley on it. I'm going to add some more to my finished product as well. Let me put this season up before I just continue to add season. Don't be like me. So this is good. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on low because it's done. I'm going to move everything else to the side. And then we're going to add our shrimp. This is why you didn't want to overcook your shrimp, because this dish, even if you take it off the hot eye, is going to still be hot. And then the shrimp is going to start back cooking. That's how any meat goes, or any vegetable. So, we're about finished. And remember, these were the large shrimp from Walmart. They're like $5 something a bag. I'm going to go ahead and pour that juice in too. So I'm thinking if you wanted to take this to like a whole seafood level, you can omit the chicken and the sausage, add crawfish, crabs, and lobster. Boom. Seafood goulash. Yeah, this is a big pot. I'm going to go ahead and say you can get 6 good servings out of this. Yeah. Especially when you add that staple. That's in everybody's cabinet. That rice, that stuff that's going to stick to you and hold you over for the night. Love me some rice. Look, and this is what I want you to see. You see how I'm picking it up? The okra's in there, but there's no slime. That's because we saute that okra first. Okay, guys. So we did it. We came home from work. We cooked the entire meal. We can feed the family something hearty, something that stick to them, and we didn't break the bank. So once again, under $25. Everything is already prepped mostly for you. The chicken, if you buy rotisserie chicken from Walmart, they're $4.50. If you have a bigger family, get the bigger chicken. It's going to cost you a little more, but you won't surpass $7. Add an extra bag of shrimp or an extra pack of sausage and another can of tomato sauce. Boom, you're feeding everybody for Thanksgiving. Real simple. Cut this off. And remember, if you like more shrimp, buy the smaller ones. It'll go a long way. If you have dietary or financial restrictions, omit some of this protein. Honestly, you only need one protein. We just like to be fancy over here. So come back next week where I have another fresh, creative, budget-friendly meal for you and your family. As always, it's been fun in the kitchen with Courtney.